Hello there, my name is Birdstore, and I have to be extra quiet because it's 2 in the morning, and if my parents find out, they would flip this whole house around, like 360. So in today's video, we'll be talking about the anime Parasyte. And tomorrow too, I'll be talking about a different anime. I decided to do a anime, it's actually a very good anime if you guys like the whole blood alien thing. Well, it's kind of like aliens, like weird deformed hand monster things. They're kind of like monsters, so yeah. So basically the story is about these aliens that come from a different planet. They're like these tiny little parasites, because obviously that's what they are. They're parasites. They live off people. They feed. They basically go into a human and they feed from that human. And they're kind of like a symbiote. The way Eddie Brock and the Venom coexist. Basically, they both help each other out, because in order for one to live, the other one has to live as well. If not, if the host dies, the symbiote dies too. So basically the story's about this kid, the guy with the glasses. His name is Shinichi Izumi. There we go. He's basically a high school boy. And basically these aliens, these tiny little parasite aliens, they come down from outer space, and then they basically get inside through your ear, try to take control of your head, because that's their main job, is to implant themselves in somebody's brain and take complete control of the whole body, because that's what they want, which is not too good. Then they become kind of stupid. It basically makes them one of the weakest aliens, because it depends where in the body they go. If they go in the ear to the brain, they'll be extremely stupid, stuff like that. But if they go in a body part like an arm, chest, or anywhere around that area, they coexist with the human, with the mind intact, and then they could control, they could transform to a knife or a sword or multiple blades or stuff. So as you guys can see here, let me just get another picture, because there's another one with a picture that best describes Shinichi and his parasite. Perfect. Or let me see, do I have anything else? Yeah, this one's perfect. Whoa, this one's huge. So yeah, this is what best describes, and let me just make the image a little smaller. Okay, yeah, this one's perfect. So this is what happens when the parasite takes possession of his hand. It basically has 2 eyes. Basically, it has to see. If not, it can't do anything. And it can transform its fingers into blades. Simple objects like knives, swords, if he wanted to, But then it would be kind of stupid. It would be better if he transformed into knives and he would extend his hand and stuff, and he would move like that, and he would go to like that, like some weird tentacle crap. So basically, the point of this anime is for him to survive, because obviously there's many of them, many of the parasites, and basically they all have to survive, because in order for the parasite to live, they would have to kill. Basically, that's their number one instinct, is to kill. That's the only way they could live, in a sense. I don't know, because we haven't gotten in full detail of how these parasites work, because I've seen the whole anime, but they don't tell you much about the parasite besides it can transform into knives and multiple weapons and stuff like that. And the good thing about these parasites is that this one that attaches itself to Shinichi could actually talk. Many of them could talk, but when they form a relationship, which is kind of weird, but yes, they become friends. And his job is to protect Shinichi from ever dying, because that's the point, because after they kill a person, the parasite, if you kill the parasite, then the parasite dies. But if you kill the person, the parasite could go to another body, if it wants to. So that's one of the crazy things. And the crazy thing about this anime, one person could possess two parasites, which makes him almost godlike. Because there's two. One could be in one arm and one could be in the other arm, or it could be in one in the chest, one in the arm. It could be something like that, and it could be extremely strong. So if you guys do watch the anime, it's quite good. Let me just get into detail. With the synopsis, all of a sudden they arrived. Parasitic aliens that descended upon Earth quickly infiltrated humanity by burrowing into the brains of the vulnerable targets. These insatiable beings acquire full control of the host and are able to morph in any variety of forms in order to feed on unsuspecting prey. 16-year-old high school student Shinichi Izumi falls victim to one of these parasites, but it fails to take over his brain, ending up in his right hand instead. Unable to relocate, the parasite, named Migi, has no choice but to rely on Shinichi in order to stay alive. Thus, the pair is forced into an uneasy coexistence and must defend themselves from hostile parasites that hope to eradicate this new threat to their species. So it's actually pretty crazy. If you watch the whole anime, it gets extremely convoluted. You start seeing other parasites that are almost as strong as Shinichi, because since it took possession of his arm, he could do quite a few things. He could manipulate his hand to make it look like a snake, or knives, or multiple things, And the anime is really so good. If you guys like the whole bloody parasite thing, it's extremely good anime. Because Shinichi starts to become a little more confident, because he's kind of shy. And he's he's like extremely shy in school, but once he has his Parasyte, he starts becoming a little more confident. And Migi at first doesn't know how to talk, but later on, his vocabulary is huge. I mean, like, he starts talking like he was the most intelligent person in all of Earth, because he starts reading books and stuff, and it's really crazy. I'm like, wow, Migi's like super smart. Even just as smart as Shinichi. If not smarter, maybe. Although Migi doesn't feel any emotion. Like, he kind of... Later on, he does. Like, he learns the feeling of love and stuff like that. And then basically at the very end, I wish they would continue it, but for now, they don't have anything. Not until they make a new season or something. I really don't want to ruin it for you guys, but at the very last episode, Migi basically goes into a dormant state. You know, he kind of says, Shinichi, I'm going to regress into your body, and then kind of just stay dormant for... We really don't know how long, but it's such a good anime, like, really. Like, it's one of the best, you know. They may even create a season 2 for it, you know, because it's such a good anime, like, really. It's like one of the most phenomenal animes out there. If you guys like extreme gore and stuff, and people getting their heads chopped off, and battle and stuff like that with, you know. So, yeah, that does it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, damn, I forgot to put my Christmas hat on, but yeah. I hope you guys have a great Christmas time, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.